Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, She Plans, She Budgets. In today's video, we'll be closing out my July monthly budget, so let's get started. Alright, so here is my monthly budget spread, followed by my weekly check-in, paycheck 1 and 2, which is on the back. So looking at paycheck 1 real quick, here are my income actuals and then my expenses actuals, and we see what I did with the leftover right here. And then same thing for paycheck 2. Here are my income actuals, the expenses actuals, and what I did with the remaining right there. So with that information, we're going to go ahead and fill in my monthly budget spread with all of the actuals. All right, so like we just seen for my paycheck 1 actual, I did bring home $1,919.50 with a variance of $69.50. And then similarly for paycheck 2, I brought home $1,919 with 48 cents, and that had a variance of $69.48. For my June's rollover, that stayed the same at $219 with 86 cents, so no variance there. And then for miscellaneous with paycheck 1, I did bring home, or not bring home, but received $260 in paycheck 1 from a boyfriend. And then I did have an additional $551 with 50 cents from a boyfriend selling my PlayStation 3 and depositing some coins from paycheck 2 results video. So miscellaneous total is $811.50. And the variance is $711.50. All right, so totaling these numbers up, so that's $1919.50 plus $1919.48 plus $219.86 plus $811.50 means I had $4,870.34 to work with for the month. And just to add the variance, or I'll just subtract this number, which I budgeted $4,019.86. So my variance was $850.48. $850 with 48 for a variance, and that was a big difference because initially I was very worried about July and how it would go towards the end of June, but luckily things turned around. All right, so moving on to my water bill, as we all know, it did not come through, so this was an actual of 0 and plus $150. Sprint, I did not have to pay, so that is also at 0, so plus $135.15. And I already talked about in previous videos how my boyfriend and I are dividing up the bills, so that's why there's a variance of $135.15 for me. And then I'm going to come back to the cash envelopes, sinking funds, personal, and unbudgeted. Moving on to fixed mortgage, SPC was the same, but Verizon did change. It did increase by $1. So this was actually $110.66. Utilities was the same at $209. Car insurance was bumped down to 0. You get a different pen. It was bumped down to 0 because I paid that in full with my savings. And then Xfinity and iTunes were the same as well. And then lastly for Debt Snowball, I did pay $409.73 out of paycheck 1, and out of paycheck 2 I paid $528 with 48 cents. So that totaled $938.21 that went towards a Debt Snowball payment this month towards my Perkins loan with UAS. And whew, that was so exciting to pay. So $938 with 21 cents. And let's add up this side since it's ready. So mortgage was $1,274.50 plus $33.34 plus $110.66 plus $209 plus $26.65 plus $15.98 and then plus $938.21 means I had a fixed expense of $2608.34. All right, so fix is $2608 with 34 cents. Income is $4,870 with 34 cents. All right, so now to the variable. So for that, I need to flip you over to the weekly check-in page. All right, so for the weekly check-in page, week 1 doesn't count because these numbers right here were carried over from June. So starting in week 2, I did go ahead and add into my cash envelopes $80 for gas, plus $400 for groceries, plus $25 for laundry in week 2. And then in week 4, I added an additional $10 for gas and $51 for groceries. So that gives me a total of $566 for my cash envelopes. And then that variance is plus $159. And I made this change in my cash envelopes numbers because after, you know, budgeting, you can see trends and different things you do throughout the months when you look back to see like how much you spend in each category or if you need to just cut down. And I definitely knew that I needed to cut down in the groceries category because I was spending way more than what I spent so far in previous months, and I wanted to challenge myself to keep to a $400 budget, but I kept to well, this is technically under $400, but the $75 is about to get spent, so I definitely needed all of the $451 I added in this month. And you probably seen in my August budget, I did add $450 again. So it was very necessary, but I did like that I was able to cut down from the previous $600 plus to so that I could add more money to a debt snowball as well as my savings and just do other things. But it was extremely hard. So, all right. So next is sinking funds. Instead of $690, I did add only $538. With that, I'm now just adding what I think I need per each category for my sinking funds. So based on what I have at the end of the month, I will determine what I think I need for the following month and just add that amount. So instead of $690, I put in $538. So that gave me a variance of $152. And then as you can see for personal, I did give myself the full $500 in week 2. So no variance there because I will be rolling that money over into August. And then lastly, there was no unbudgeted, so all good there as well. So the actual was 0, no variance. All right, so totaling that up, I spent $566 plus $538 plus $500 equals $1,604. And then that has a variance of $596.15, which is pretty awesome because it really helped me to achieve this debt snowball payment of the $938.21. All right, so now moving that number down here in the totals. So for the final results, $48.70, 34 cents minus $16.08 2604 minus 2608.34 equals $658. And then, so we know I did make a savings transfer of $254 twice. So that means I saved $500. Take this off for a second. So I saved 500. Ooh, my pen. And this is a new pen, by the way. See all the ink in there? Maybe it's hot in this room. I saved $508. And that was to make up for paying off my car insurance in advance, because I took the money out of my savings, so I wanted to put that back. So the difference between the $658 and the $508 is $150, and that money I'm going to keep in my account for when my water bill comes through. All right, so that is it for this page, as well as these pages. Oh, well, actually on the weekly check-in page, I did want to just mention I am ending the month off with these amounts, which means they will be rolling over into August up to August 6th before my next cash stuffing on the 7th. So I have $75 to work with for this week, which I will be using most likely today. So this money probably will be gone before the next cash stuffing. And then I have $5 for laundry, $48.08 for personal, and then $2,948 will be getting rolled over into August from my sinking funds, and we're going to go ahead and verify that number right now. All right, so here's my sinking funds page. So starting with self-care, I started the month off with $70, and then I had 3 transactions that totals 10, 31, and 21, so that is 62. Which means I am ending the month with $8. Next, for pets, I spent $18.07. What's that? 25 and 20. So I spent $45, which means out of 60, I'm ending the month with $15. And then for car maintenance, you guys know already that I spent all of it, $420, to have my vehicle maintenance a couple of weeks ago. And here's the transaction right here. And as a reminder, the difference between $420 and $597 came from my miscellaneous fund that I did talk about in whichever weekly check-in that was. I think it was number 2 from July 11th. Okay, so next is gifts. I didn't spend any money there, so I should still have $100. Vet and grooming, didn't spend, so I should have $300. Vacation, didn't go anywhere, so I should still have $1,100. My birthday should still have $800. Babe's birthday should have $200. Christmas should have $100. Home projects that I spent $26 plus $9, which is $35. And for that, out of $360, I should still have $325 remaining. And lawn care, I got my grass cut, so I spent $50, so I should have $0 there. Okay. So in total, I spent 62 plus 45 plus 420 plus 35 plus 50. So I spent a total of $612, and then I should still have $2,948 remaining. And just a quick way to check that, so I could take this 3022 plus 538, which equals $3,560 minus 612 equals $2,948. All right. And just to grab my envelopes real quick, so skipping over gas, groceries, and laundry, which are my cash envelopes. Self-care should have $8, and it does. And let me know down in the comments if you guys have experienced any of your local stores stating that they have a coin shortage and they need you to use exact change or your debit card. Are you guys using cash still, or are you swiping? For pets, I should have $15, and here's 15. Oh, and by the way, these cash envelopes are from MOJOCUTS. My car maintenance is $0. Gifts should have $100. So 50, 70, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, and 100. Okay, next is vet and grooming, which should have 300, 50, 100, 150, 200, 220, 240, 260, 280, and 300. All right, next is vacation, and this should have $1,100. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 750, 8, 850, 9, 950, 10, 1050, $1,100. And this is so cool to have for vacation. I wish I started saving for vacation like before now, because it's so sucky that I thought I was going somewhere this year and then the pandemic just said no. So that's so sucky, because it's been years since I went on a really nice vacation, big or small, and I was really looking forward to going somewhere this year, because I've been so focused on other things and just, you know, traveling locally. I was just, you know, looking forward to going somewhere far around the globe. Anywho, I guess there's always next year. The next envelope is my birthday. I'll be turning 30 this year in November, so woo woo. Comment down below if you're a Sagittarius and subscribe. So next is birthday. I should have $800. So right here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, $800. And I'm still trying to weigh it out to see how things may look in November. If we're still under quarantine, I probably won't have a birthday party at any venues, because I would have a bigger party than, you know, 10 people. So I'm considering having something like a little get together at my house, but I'm also like not into hosting parties. Like, I'll attend a party, no problem, but hosting parties, being the entertainer, providing the food, drinks, the whole shebang, it just gives me anxiety. And I just kind of like, I don't know, I just don't want to host a party, even though it sounds crazy because it's for myself. So I'm leaning towards a birthday trip if it's, you know, still looking okay and safe to travel. And I probably wouldn't go too far, just because, you know, I don't want to be too far in the midst of a pandemic. But if that looks like a good idea, I'll probably travel for my birthday. If not, then I have a few things on my wish list I think I'll just get for myself. Like, I would like a new computer and a new printer. Both that I currently have are very old, so I would like to replace those. And probably just sneak in a few little other birthday gifts. So next is my boyfriend's birthday. His birthday is also in November. It's about 10 days apart, I think. Yeah, I said I think. Oops. It's 10 days apart for sure. He's on the 17th and I'm on the 27th. And there's $200 for him. As long as I stick to what I put in his envelope, I should be able to get the PlayStation 5 that he wants. But he wants like a headset and all these other accessories, and it's just no way I'm getting all that. So whatever he can get with $600 by November, have at it. Christmas has $100. Well, I'll need to pull it out, 100. And then home projects should have $325, so 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 320, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. All right. And then lastly, for sinking funds is lawn care, which is currently at 0. So all those numbers should equal $2,948. My last envelope is the miscellaneous fund. I should still have $80 in here. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, which is correct because per my little transaction log on this piece of paper, I didn't have any additional transactions since my last video. All right, and then my last envelopes are for the snowball, savings, and eating out. So next is my debt tracker. In here, I already filled it in. I was able to put $938.21 towards my student loans for the Perkins loan with UAS. So that was the balance at the beginning of July. So after that payment, so $28.93 with 47 cents minus $938.21, I should be around $19.55. All right, so I should be around $19.55. By the time you see this set up in August, I'll probably have some interest accrued, so it'll probably be a little bit higher. But anyway, I'll be around the $1,900 amount, which is pretty awesome because I'm that much closer to paying it off. All right, so this is what I paid in July, and my goal is to pay $500 in August. And then my savings tracker is right here. So after making those two payments of $254, I was able to bring my savings back to $4,746 from $5,000. All right. And so lastly, for my calendar view, I would just like to say that I believe this month was just really good. I was able to pay off my car insurance for the next 6 months in advance, as well as put back to make 2 transfers back into my savings account to total $508, as well as make over a $900 snowball payment on the 15th and 28th towards my student loan debt, which is always awesome. And then also for this month, I was able to have 16 no paydays. So overall, I would have to say this month was pretty awesome, way better than I expected. All right, so that is basically everything I have for today's video. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be sure to see you next time. Bye.